I think this is working. Chaotic Sorcerer ZTC here, and I'm going to close that tab. I'm going to close this tab. And I believe I'm in the right spot. This is going to be a mess. I've never actually started recording on live. Well, at least on YouTube. Well, this is what was once known as r/place, blah blah blah. This is the Lord Helix Resistance. Or at least what happened with it. I decided since, well, it's got everything here now, I might as well document what happened. Well, I tried helping to guard this place for quite a while. Shut up, recording. I know it's going correctly. Or whatever. I don't know. I have it playing in the background, so I know I haven't messed up. I should just silence that so I can look at the chat. So, this is the specific pixel I had specifically been guarding for quite a while in the attempt to create Helix on the board. Along with a few others as well in the attempt to get Helix on r/place in 2022. So, let's show off how we really did fare. I think I can just press the forward button. We weren't here for quite a while. I just know that this is the exact around time that it started appearing. The second board, at least. And it started on the second day. Ah yes, the face. The very, very angry face. I believe it started when it first became an Among Us. Wow, sus. So it's going to be a while before it fully shows up. Before the brown pixels are myself and others. So we just have to wait slowly and surely. Ah yes, it turns yellow. Stop. I missed. Is that it? I can't fully tell. That might be it. That might be it. That might not be it. I can't fully remember. No, I don't think that was it quite yet. Maybe. It might have been. It has the possibility of being the startup of the Lord Helix. Ah, here's when I am certain it was myself and a few others. Possibly a few others. Yeah, that's roughly the brown pixel that started it all. But it was a few back. You probably saw, hopefully. Ah. This is the point where I basically was on my lonesome and only got like 3 pixels every now and again. I streamed on Twitch a bit here, but the video's no longer there. 1384-364 was roughly the pixel that I protected for eons before anybody came to help me. Before I reached out for help. I get the feeling maybe this was around the time I started contacting Reddits. The 2 Reddits that I basically tried to recruit to do this. r/draw helix and r/helix fossil, I believe. There I got 4 pixels. I think I was still on my lonesome here. Possibly. But I might have been interacting with it. Oh god, it's at that point. There were quite a few pixels on this one. And then the void came back. It was not fun. But then it was a face? Ah, yes, then it was a fix. You can somewhat see the start of it here, but it obviously didn't last that long. Then it moved on to being that face again. I think I tried to ally myself with the void at one point. It was quite stupid, since I was one person. I don't know. More of the brown pixel being eliminated and coming back. Maybe this was around the time I went to sleep. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, SpongeBob, I barely noticed you. The brown pixel still coming back and going away. Brown pixel, brown pixel. Brown, brown. Brown. Brown, brown. Brown, brown. Browns. More browns. Quite a few brown pixels. Nope. Yeah. It became a... Yeah, this was about the time I was actually streaming on Twitch, I think. Because I remember seeing that and being like, oh god, why? Brown pixel. The void hit this place quite a few times, actually. Oh, there's another brown pixels. But granted, so did Among Us. I remember at some point this became a bunch of Among Us when I went to bed and I came back and it was just Among Us everywhere. The Among Us became more Among Us. And it was weird. It multiplied. Ugh. I don't remember this part. Must have been while I was asleep. Yeah, that was probably roughly the timeline. Ah, purple. Ah, this was while I was gone, of course. This There's a bunch of pixels. And a bunch of Among Us. Sus. Is that an ionite? Ah. But here we go again. Oh, there was a little tree? A lot of stuff happened while I wasn't there, it seemed. Huh. Oh then. There's still brown pixels though, so maybe some other people came while I was offline. I believe I started using these I think I started using these during the next morning. I might be wrong. Yeah, I feel like I used or attempted to use these, but a lot of them were gone by the time I actually gained progress. Hour 50 maybe? Is that hour 50? Is that what it says? I think so. Up, I'm awake, it seems. And it seems I've moved over a pixel. As I had. I made a lot of progress during this time, because I believe other people had finally actually started to help. So there was that. You can start to see it finally taking shape. At least more than 3 pixels at the least. More pixels than 3. Most certainly. And then I started my little shindig. I was mostly alone for this after all, because I was ever vigilant. But every now and again, I believe someone called Probable Wheat came in to aid me during a time. So that was helpful. I realized very quickly that since these were all Among Us, nobody thought they could take it down, so nobody really messed with it. So it meant, since it was seemingly such a roaring place, it would have a major protection, but it didn't, which allowed me and the others who came in to help every now and again to get a certain amount of time within there, getting a bit more of the helix within it, although it didn't work out too well, because at some point the void came back. It was not fun. Yes, this was the greatest part. I believe this was around the time when we got the most pixels. The most pixels we had at the time. Roughly, at least. We tried our best. A lot of people actually were helping me by this time, actually. like a crazy amount where I wouldn't have to go and heal a certain part of the pixels when they were attacked. So I was able to move on to other places while other people were protecting it. Lord Helix, that is. Which was really helpful. Meant I could keep on trying to build the pixel art far greater. I at least got an eye in while it was being protected by the others. So there's that. But soon you'll learn what happens. As night slowly came, closer and closer, one thing became clear as that blue border came around. We were not getting any further. And it slowly became another thing. What did it become? Good question. Very good question. It became Steve. It became Steve. Not gonna lie, it just became Steve. It seems I've been lagging my computer. I have messed up. Hello? Hola? Hola? Alright. At one point, the whole Among Us that was being our savior by hiding us somewhat and allowing us to move on it because no one was fully protecting it. And when it went away, we had to improvise. And we had to build with Steve in the middle of the healings. Steve was somewhat our savior until the void came. And when the void came, it came. It killed everything. Especially us. And it allowed other people to come in and take over the spot to which we were. Which was a bad thing, because it meant we had a lot more competition than we were able to keep up with. The dawn of the final day, I believe the final day, was not looking good for us at all. I was wondering when that was going to turn into Mario, actually. While I was looking at it, when the Among Us were still there, I was like, alright, that looks like Mario. When is it going to become a Mario. And then it did. Ah, there was a purple guy among us. I didn't know that. I was gone during this time. And there's also a Pepe. Perfect. I know that Meta Knight spawned here, and then it was over for us. Like, over. Like, there wasn't even a chance of us coming back. Here he comes, I think. Or is that just random words? This must have been during the night as well. The Meta Knight? Is that Dark Kirby? I don't know. Because it wasn't there in the morning. Oh, I'm seeing him. Oh, there he is. There's Meta Knight. Our destroyer. One of our destroyers. He helped in leading to our end. Especially a VHS logo that eventually spawned on the bottom. That one really killed us. There was a plan to make a tiny little Helix. I think it showed up for like a little while. A tiny little Helix fossil. I'm lagging when pressing the forward button. I'm just gonna wait until it calms down. I was gonna ask, is it calmed down yet? But it's not. Ah, yes, the clock. The clock slowly comes into existence, or whatever that is, actually. I don't know what it is. I think it has a W on it. Yeah. The W thing and the H123 thing, or whatever it is. The weird maze-looking thing. And then there's... oh, there it is! The slowly building VHS. And the Helix fossils slow come into existence. I think it stopped. Yeah. It turned into a Helix fossil because we didn't have enough space. I'm glad for this feature because it allows me to actually show you guys the hardships of Lord Helix and how he tried to make a comeback, but he did not have the manpower behind him. At all. It was completed. Somewhat. The Helix fossil, at least. But that didn't last for long. I was alone on this, specifically. I know for certain that I was alone on this one. And then many different people attacked me at different times. So my lone defense was nowhere near capable of pushing back a bunch of other people. So without any help, I could only watch as Helix died. RIP. There were sometimes people that helped, but it was of no use. We didn't have the manpower. And slowly but surely, we faded into obscurity. But there were brown pixels still there. In an attempt. It didn't work, but there was an attempt. Most definitely didn't work, though. And we slowly faded into obscurity, never to be seen again. Well, except for stray brown pixels that sometimes appeared there, but I think it didn't show up during the end times. But trying to bring back Helix was fun while it lasted, but it couldn't last forever. And our feeble attempts were as feeble as they seemed. We did not end up bringing back Lord Helix. Maybe if we had more time. Maybe if we had more people. But Lord Helix isn't as popular as he was before, I guess. Or perhaps we didn't have the manpower or the ability to find the people who had the manpower and were willing to help. But who knows, because in the end, come on, you're making me look bad. Cause in the end, in the end, sorry, this is going to be a minute. In the end, as I was saying, this is aggravating me. You're ruining my statements. Are you done? No? Are you done yet? Are you done lagging? Nope. In the end, it all fades to white. Free donor. I don't know. Free donor. Free donor. And goodbye. We knew thee well. And I bid you adieu.